Earlier this year, I created the Bland book with design agency Mellor & Smith. Jim, at the end, was not happy that I was going to show this picture to a room full of people. I'll just take you through some of the pages, but let me know if you want me to send you the whole book. It's a great reference for what not to do. So here's our Bland story. Our Bland is the result of so many Bland meetings and brainstorms where no one in the Bland team or the rest of the business could agree on anything. We're like any other Bland, unremarkable. It's our point of indifference, our USP, the unoriginal selling point. Our Bland positioning statement is, why stand out when you were born to fit in? And our Bland purpose is to share Bland communications with the world. We promise to always go unnoticed. And here's our Bland personality. We work hard at not grabbing our audience's attention, so we identify with 5 ineffective characteristics that make sure we are totally unidentifiable. Dedicated, authentic, passionate, helpful, and trusted. Does any of this look or sound familiar? If it does, you need to go back to work on Monday and sack your brand team or your branding agency, or both. Here's our Bland voice. It's important to make sure our voice isn't heard, so we follow these meaningless principles that don't distinguish us from any other Bland. Clear, human, and honest. There are more pages on Bland logos, fonts, colors, and imagery, but like I said, I can send you this if you want it. It really is a great reference for what not to do. No brand should ever create or commission something so bland. So how can we avoid it? How can we, as brands, make sure we always get it right? Ladies and gentlemen, I have good news. It's actually really easy to get it right. It's all just a matter of words. But our words must work hard. Really, really, really hard. The words we use must be words we can really get behind. The words we use must really define us as a brand. So we must ask ourselves lots and lots and lots of questions. We must question everything. Is our brand smart, sassy, sad, silly, sexy, stylish, serious, sensitive, sophisticated? And we must keep asking questions. They don't all have to begin with S. Is our brand old, young, male, female, married, educated, professional? And we keep going and going. We ask more and more questions. What does our brand do? Eat, drink, wear, read, watch? A lot goes into creating a brand. It's like creating a person, and all this takes time. George Tannenbaum at Ogilvy says, if you want to create something ownable and true to a brand, it takes time to discover its core and truth. If you don't take that time, your words, like most advertising words, will be bland and generic. So we must take the time to research, time to investigate, time to create. Steve Forbes of Forbes magazine says, your brand is the single most important investment you can make in your business. And when you've spent all your time researching, investigating, and creating, we can produce a brand personality and voice that really says something and really means something, and a brand book that everyone can get behind, with guidelines that guarantee we communicate our brand personality and voice effectively and consistently every time. Guidelines that define who we are, what we do, and how we do it. Guidelines that help us express ourselves in everything, everywhere, so our consumers always notice us and remember us. Dave Trott says, £18.3 billion is spent every year on all forms of advertising and marketing. 4% is remembered positively, 7% is remembered negatively, and a massive 89% isn't noticed or remembered. But when consumers do actually notice us and remember us, they might even start to like us. Stephen King of JWT says, people choose their brands as they choose their friends. You choose friends not usually because of specific skills or physical attributes, but simply because you like them as people. And when consumers like us, they trust us. And most importantly, they buy from us.